Let's go.
Yes, indeed! Big Brother Bear here to give you all that you want and what you need. And today we're going to go over email I received via Instagram. All right, I got an email from a young man via my Instagram account asking some questions about playing basketball overseas. He's a young man from Switzerland, about 19 years old, 6'6", guard/forward. He just asked me questions about making the transition from playing overseas in Switzerland and coming to the States. In case you don't know it yet, this channel is focused around this kind of content. This channel is focused around helping you to be more efficient with your time, learning from those that have went before you, so you can be more impactful with your time of the game of basketball. This channel is not how you can dribble between your legs faster. This channel is not predicated on how you can jump higher, how you can do a windmill, jump from the free throw. This is not that channel. I'm going to try to give you some information about that in the future, but nothing in a way that makes you seem like this is what we're here for, okay? Because in my opinion, if you can dribble between your legs backwards with your eyes closed and jump from the free throw line, but you are in a position where you're not using the game as a tool, the game of basketball is using you as a tool, then you've lost. So that's where this channel is different, and that's the hard contrast between this channel and others you may have come across. I was fortunate enough to play this game of basketball I love and get my education taken care of via athletic scholarship. And if it wasn't for the game of basketball, I wouldn't have graduated high school, let alone college with a master's degree. So I want to make sure that I'm very clear with that. And this channel is going to be predicated on more emails like this. Now I'm going to have some things in the future that's going to be able to help you on the court, but my main focus is just to give as much information as I can about making more efficient moves along the way. Things that I wish I would have known. I wish I would have had a bigger brother or sister that gave me this advice, but I didn't. So this is my next bet, being able to pass this information on to others. This young man is asking me about making that transition. He's not sure of what level he's going to play at, and he wants me to help him out with that. So let me start with this. You have to first figure out what you're going to major in. Okay, now I get it. I get the whole mentality of I'm just here to play basketball. I've been that person where I was just there to play basketball, and I'm telling you that's the wrong mindset to have. That's putting the cart before the horse, okay? You need to make sure you figure out what exactly you want to major in as far as an occupation afterwards, okay? And once you find that out, then we can start talking about tests, okay? Now, I wasn't aware of this until recently, but apparently overseas and internationally, you can take the ACT, the SAT, and something that's called the TOEFL, so it's TOEFL test as well, as far as gaining admittance into universities. These are tests, standardized tests that you need to make sure you study for, so you can help yourself as far as selecting a university. You ask a question about me helping you with figuring out what level you can play at. I can't do that, okay? I will say this. At 6'6", being able to shoot the rock like you was able to shoot, off the dribble, you know, spot up, that screams to me that you may be able to turn the heads of higher end schools, but I'm no way, no shape, no form a person that can offer you that kind of advice, okay, as far as what level you can play. No one can be an expert on that, no one. But what will dramatically hurt your chances from playing at the highest level possible is how you rank out on those tests that I spoke of. If you don't do well on those tests, then you won't be able to go to Division I. You won't be able to go to some schools that you may have wanted to go to and weren't able to. And even if you're not good enough athletically, if you're good enough academically, you can still kind of get your foot in the door and maybe walk on if that's something you're interested in. Okay? So again, I'm not in any kind of shape, form, fashion able to tell you what level you can play on. I will say this. Love the highlight film. I feel like it was a great film. It didn't show any defense at all. I don't know if that's something you don't like playing or that's something you edited out. The few times that I did see you playing defense, it was a situation where you were reaching. It didn't seem like you were comfortable playing defense at all. So that's something that you may want to know moving into it, because in the States, we are definitely more defensive driven than those that are overseas. One quote I want to give you, and that is, never give someone the opportunity to have an opinion about your upside or potential. Again, never, ever, ever, ever in your life give someone the opportunity to have an opinion about your upside or potential. Because I can't tell you what level you can play at. Nor can anyone else. Okay? You learn that by being able to get out there and play against guys that are better than you. Simple and plain. You learn that by going out there and playing. That's how you figure out where you fall in the rankings of what caliber of team you should be playing at. Okay? Now, how can you go out there and find opportunities for you? How can you do that? How can you get seen by these coaches when you're all the way in Switzerland? My advice on this, I'm going to kind of err on my own situation that I went through. Okay, hopefully you can draw something from this. So I went to junior college for 2 years. A loving family. My mom and dad made sure everything was taken care of, and I had to walk on and potentially have an opportunity to get a scholarship. I ended up getting a scholarship. From the time that both my parents dropped me off at college, 2 years later, both of my parents passed away of cancer, unfortunately. So that turned my life upside down and everything changed. So I dropped out of college, and my sister and I decided that we would go off to college together after she graduated high school. All right. When it was time for me to go back to college, I knew I didn't have the money to pay for it myself. I knew that it was just me. I knew that basketball was my meal ticket in a sense, but I didn't have any coaches beat down my door, much like you don't right now. So what I did was, I had my transcript in hand because I kind of beat them to the punch. I already knew what questions they were going to ask me. What's your transcript like? How many points did you average? Things like that. So I already had my transcript in hand, and I literally knocked on doors of college coaches until somebody let me in, right? And I would love to tell you that as soon as I showed up to these universities, I was like, oh yeah, Bell, I want you. Negative. I had many schools that showed me the door. Nope, don't want you. They already had their guys. They weren't interested in what I was offering. I'm a 6'4", 6'5" with the right shoes on, but legitimately I'm probably like a solid 6'4", and I play the forward position. So that's going to cut down on some schools. But regardless, I was knocking on doors and going about it that way, right? From school to school. I would email a coach and then I would call him. I would email a coach, I'm going to call him. I would email a coach, I'm going to call. I didn't have anybody backing me. I didn't have an agent. I didn't have a coach that was advocating for me for high school or my junior college. None of those coaches were taking it upon themselves to make sure I was in college. And that's no knock against my coaches, because I love my coaches. They did a phenomenal job, every one of my coaches. But it was up to me, okay? So as it relates to you, it's up to you, man. No one's gonna help you out. So what I would do if I was in your situation, I would make sure that I contact coaches. But to kind of be most efficient with my time, I wouldn't just contact any coaches. I would make sure that I would strategically look for coaches that have recruited overseas players. I would strategically do that. I would try to build my network in that way. So film, I would send them film as well as make a phone call. Okay, I would do this on a regular basis. Every 2-week basis, I would do it at least every 3 weeks. I would be reaching out, connecting with those coaches via email, via phone call, and sending actual DVDs or whatever you can to let them know that you're interested in showing them footage. Now it's difficult because you're in Switzerland, so I'm thinking that it's expensive just to come over here. You just can't come over here just for a tryout, right? And if you do, you want to make sure that you have as many tryouts lined up as possible so you can get the most bang for your buck. That if you reach out to these coaches, you'll get some feedback. And then I will take it a step further than that, than just reaching out to coaches. I will reach out to players international players that are from your same area, or just international players, period. What I found out is the international players that I've had on my team, they do a good job of banding together, even tighter than our team already, because they understand the cultural differences. Reach out to those individuals. Maybe it's from your country, maybe it's from neighboring countries, maybe it's from just international students in general that you see on these rosters. Literally go to these websites, in whatever school that you're interested in, go to these doggone websites and look on their roster. Reach out to them. With social media the way it is right now, reach out to them jokers and be like, hey, I'm trying to do the same thing you've done. Maybe not be at the same school, maybe it is the same school, I don't know, but talk to me about the situation. Like, what contacts do you have that can help me out? On that, I will make sure I look at exposure camps as well. Every year around the country, you'll see different exposure camps where coaches will be available. So to get that bang for your buck, you want to make sure that you can get seen by as many college coaches as possible. As many college coaches as possible. To help you with that, you really should explore these exposure camps. Just Google them, figure them out as far as where they're at around the country. But again, that's something that you'll be able to do. The most coaches will be able to see you at one time. You mentioned a little bit about not being ready. Not to raise the stakes on you or scare you by any means, but by playing basketball over here in the States and wanting an athletic scholarship as a student athlete in college, you're supposed to be ready, right? Coaches pay less money for a full-ride scholarship for a player that's in their state than they would for someone that would be outside their country like you are. Okay, for the same reason that U.S. players, when they want to play abroad and they go to different countries, those different countries are expecting them to bring a lot of impact to that squad, because they're paying more money to get someone to come from states to come play for them. So the idea that they can show up fat and out of shape, not play basketball in a while, is not feasible at all. That's not going to happen, because they're paying too much money to get them over there in the first place. It's the same thing for you. If you want to get an athletic scholarship, you got to understand that this whole deal of I don't know what level I should play at because I'm not in shape, that's not going to fly once you make it over here. All right, you got to be ready to go. You got to be ready to go if you're serious about trying to explore options as a student athlete and play the college level. I feel like you'll be pleasantly surprised, but again, I want to go back to that quote I said earlier. Never, dude, give someone the opportunity to have an opinion about your upside or potential. No one's an expert on your potential or your upside. You're not even an expert of it. And I get passionate about that, especially because I watch this guy, Dre All Day Baldwin. He does a great job of having different workouts. And again, this channel is not about workouts. If you want to do workouts or have all these workout deals, then go to this guy. I'm going to have workouts on this channel, but that's not my sole purpose. I want to serve you beyond just workouts. This channel is not just predicated on that, okay? But man, I was reading through his comments not too long ago. Cats in high school talking about, hey Dre, what do you think? Can I make it to the NBA if I'm 5'11", 200 pounds and shoot the three? What? Yeah, man, I just want to know if I can make it. Do you think I can make it? Dude, why do you care what he thinks? Why would you give somebody that much power over your life? Dude, like, what? I don't get that. I'm passionate about making sure that you are able to use this game as a tool, but don't get it twisted. I cannot tell you what you can achieve. Only you can tell yourself that. Not Dre Baldwin, not whomever you want, your dad, your mom, nobody is qualified to tell you what you can achieve. That should feel inspiring. That should feel inspiring. You should be motivated just thinking about that in that sense. Again, this is the kind of stuff that this channel is about. I'll be answering some of your questions. If you have any questions, please leave them down in my comment section below, or send me a DM and on my Instagram account. It's at Hooplottie. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down and tell me how I can improve. What are some things that I can do to help you as far as making that transition from high school to college? How can I help you be the best student athlete in high school, and how can I help you be the best student athlete as far as college is concerned as well. Let me know, because I'm very interested in it, and I definitely want to provide you value, okay? Make sure you stay tuned in, man. Subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed already. I got some content for your behind. Whether it's on the court or off, in the classroom or out. Graduate at the top of your class. Hoop Loudy.